Hi, my name is Linnette Bryan. I came into this country in 1954 from Jamaica, leaving two young children behind me with my mom and dad, which were well cared and looked after and loved. Yeah, when I leave Jamaica, I was 21 years of age. I never traveled before in Jamaica, but my first time coming here to the United Kingdom was I left Kingston, Jamaica on plane. We flew to Miami and we went on a boat from Miami to Southampton. The name of the boat, which was a very old one, was MS Sibajak. I always remember that. I think it was a Irish boat or something. That was the last journey it made. By the plane and the boat, all was nice. Very good. No complaints about it. Not that I decided to come, but my husband to be was already in this country, so he sent for me to be with him. And that's why I came into this country. When I left Jamaica, I had two young daughters. One was just about a year and 10 months, and I think the youngest one was about 10 months. As a mother, leaving your two young children behind you, it was a difficult decision to leave my children. It was, but then I had to come over to join with my husband to be. That's all. That's why I came, with the intention of getting over the two girls sometimes to go after. I got my children over about 8 years after I left them. In those days, things was very hard. Money wasn't available much. So it did take me a good time to get the money up. But anyhow, I sent for them. My husband died 8 years after he left Jamaica. He died. So after he died, I decided to take the children over with me. That was in 1963. I took my children over from Jamaica. Coming into this country, it was a bit strange. Leaving your country to come into somewhere with ice and snow, you never know what is going to happen, which was a difficult time. For those days when it was winter, it was winter. So it was a bit difficult, but then there was no money to return. So we just got to live with it. Well, I can remember my first job was at Debenhams, which was those days it was called Banmarch. And that was my first job working on toys, just, putting toys together, marking the price for them. It was quite easy. I never had any difficult time. After I left Debenhams, I had another job into hospital kitchen doing catering. Then I done it for a bit of time and I got pregnant. So I had to pack it in. And then shortly after I had another child again. So I had to stop working. And then my husband died. So that was it. Till about 6-7 years after before I could go out to work again after he died. And I got another job into an hospital doing nursing. My job was to work as a nursing assistant, which I did for 26 years until I finished working. Well, my standard of living in Jamaica compared to this country was different. It was better because in Jamaica we were very poor. Lots of things we couldn't afford. But coming to this country, it was a bit better coming to this country. Money-wise wasn't very good, but then there was a regular payment coming into you. So though it was small, but we had to manage with it. I communicate with my parents who had my kids in Jamaica. Every month I had to send some money for them to keep them going. And that was what I did until they come into this country. Yeah, my children in Jamaica eventually joined me here in 1963. Time when they joined me, I had 3 children when they joined me here. Well, there was nothing much to tell them because they were pretty young. They were just, the youngest was here in 6 months. They was just, say, 4 and 3, 4, 5, and one was 3, and the other one was here in 6 months. So they never had much understanding about that because the family, they were glad to have their sisters to join them, so things was quite all right. There was no complaint. They get on together very good. Well, I don't know what my parents did tell them out there. I don't know what they told them, but they were young, so I never sent and said, you have brothers and sisters here. But when they come and meet together, they were quite loving with each other. There's no problem there. The relationship with the children from Jamaica and those that were born here was very, very good. Very good. The love and everything was there for them. There was no I know that a lot of people, kids, have fuss, but mine, they never had any fuss. I tell you something, that everybody who came up here in those times, we all just had 5 years in our passport. We all come for 5 years. I don't know why, but it was like a fashion. We all said 5 years. I don't know why, but every one of us who come up here come for 5 years. We couldn't manage to go back. When the 5 years, you don't have nothing. There was nothing, because I could remember my husband waits when he died, and with overtime, his pay pocket was in his clothes, And when I looked at the pay pocket, £7.50, and he did overtime for that too as well. So with my wages, I worked £3.50 a week. So it was very easy, but we had to make it do, for there was nothing else. To be honest, I really don't know much about those in Jamaica, what their fortune is like. I don't know. So I really couldn't compare them much with my children here, because as far as I know or heard, their position in Jamaica must be different from over here. Must be different. So I don't know really how they are get on out there. I couldn't tell you that really. But I heard that some of my nieces and all those had very good jobs and so out there. So, but I don't know so far. I don't know about their life out there to that. My children that was born here hasn't got much connection with those in Jamaica, to be honest with you. They haven't got a lot of connection because they don't know each other much. Well, I took one out there. I took one out there at the age of 15. I never managed to go back to take anymore, but since they becomes adult, they go out there. Well, the worst experience coming from Jamaica, you mean, is leaving the children there. That was my worst experience, to leave them. Yes, it was difficult to separate from my children in Jamaica, but that was something got to be done. So I just made up my mind and come away from them, knowing that it won't be long before they join me in this country. But coming in this country, there was no bad experience for me, really, coming in this country. Because being I come to my husband to be, everything was fine at the moment. We married here, got married here and everything. The life was poor, but then we managed, as everybody else has done. There was nothing in abundance, but you just got to make do. That's all. The decision I made to leave Jamaica was all right, because things wasn't very easy in Jamaica. So coming here with the intention to do work and make yourself a bit better, that's why, I never regretted coming here, never. Away from the coldness, I never regretted. I haven't got any plans to go back to Jamaica. Through my age group and health-wise, I haven't got any plans. Not at my age now. I am happy and contented to live here for the rest of my life. I got no intention to go nowhere else.